This doctor is facing backlash because libs of TikTok posted a video to its very, very, very popular X account of the doctor declaring his intent to speed up and follow through with transgender surgeries before, quote unquote, Trump tries to stop me. Now, the context, you have to assume, is not about just your everyday transgender surgery, but in fact, specific to minors. Because Donald Trump has voiced support for a federal ban on transgender surgeries for minors. Not for adults, but for minors. And so the context, unless this guy is completely clueless, which I'm going to assume he's not clueless as to the news, has to be about his eagerness to move forward with trans surgeries for children, of which he does, in fact, perform. His name is Dr. Javad Sajan. He's a cosmetic surgeon. He's the owner of Allure Aesthetic. And some of you might recognize that name. Can't quite place, like, how do I know that name? We'll tell you in a second. But he got the attention of libs of TikTok. His handle on TikTok is Real Dr. Seattle. And he posted a video of himself prepping for surgery. He's got his little surgeon outfit on. It's an adorable little costume, except he's an actual doctor. And so it might have been filmed before he was going into a surgery, for all I know. But it said in the comments part, doing all my trans surgeries before Trump tries to stop me. And then it's captioned with, I will never stop fighting for my patients. #election, #trans, #gender-affirming surgery. I did not click on that hashtag because I don't want to see the videos that pop up there. I've seen enough. So I think most people can understand why this caught people's attention if you were specifically, of course, talking about minors. You've got a doctor who seems to be almost making light of the seriousness of trans surgeries for kids. And I was on his website, and it talks about how he will do top surgery for female to male transgender minors. Top surgery is the procedure that removes the female breast tissue so that a transgender boy or biological girl can have chests that resemble male chests. And he pitches this procedure for minors to patients around the country. Come to Seattle, have your breasts removed, get your top surgery, and be on your way living your true, authentic self. That's the message that's sent. It starts, by the way, the cost $8,500. And I mean, generally speaking, unless there's something wrong with the breasts that require removal, you're not getting this covered by insurance. I wonder if HSAs cover it.
I doubt it.
He says on his site, unfortunately, in many states, this is met with complete bans on minor FTM, female to male top surgery, and others have extreme requirements or poor gender care. Dr. Javad Sajan at Allure Aesthetic Plastic Surgery in Seattle welcomes patients from around the U.S., including minors and adults. Including minors and adults. Why'd you need the and adults part? Isn't it just including minors? We assume that adults are part of this? What's excluded?
Yeah, that doesn't leave much left, I suppose.
We do not handle animals.
And dead people.
And dead people. The website notes that minors over the age of 13 don't need parental consent for the top surgery, although he does say that he, quote, encourages parents to be involved whenever possible. But, you know, if not, it's all good, I guess. Whenever possible, okay. Now, I learned, courtesy of the Seattle Times, that the American Board of Plastic Surgery confirmed that Dr. Sajan was not certified by the board as a plastic surgeon, at least as of July of this year. But he does have a physician and surgeon license in this state and is certified via the American Board of Otolaryngology, head and neck surgery, which is odd, I think, if you're going in for trans surgeries, removing breasts. Maybe a trachea scraping, I suppose that makes more sense to me. But I was looking into this guy after I saw all these comments. And as you can imagine, it's libs of TikTok, so you're getting mostly conservatives who are responding. But they're very, very, very harsh, as I think they should be. The idea that you're going to, quote unquote, rush to get surgeries done does not make you heroic. Maybe in your own mind, doctor, it makes you heroic, but to average people, it doesn't. It just kind of sounds like you're not taking seriously a life-altering surgery for a minor who is confused about his or her gender. And despite what some folks will tell you, a lot of the treatments and so-called gender-affirming care, whether we're talking surgical or hormonal puberty blockers, it's not something that can be reversed. This impacts kids as they become adults. And while there seems to be a disinterest from media, generally speaking, in covering stories of so-called detransitioners, there are quite a few of them. And they rightly are angry about how when they were kids, there weren't enough adults in their lives saying, whoa, 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 slow down. We're not going to allow you to do this because you're just a kid. And remember, we're told by some folks that 13-year-olds don't get surgery. Shut up. What are you talking about? How dare you? Kids aren't getting these kinds of, well, kind of seems like there's at least a doctor who's willing to do it. And we already know that there are plenty of doctors. Now, some people recognize the name. I recognize the name Allure Aesthetic. I was like, where did I hear that before? I was like, okay, I didn't go through any surgical procedure. I'm not a client. Where did I hear that? And don't you remember the name?
Yeah.
It just sounds familiar. It's because he agreed to pay $5 million to the Washington State Attorney General's office, including $1.5 million to 21,000 Washingtonians after he was accused of threatening patients. And this was announced back in July. In fact, I'm pretty sure we talked about this, or at least we mentioned this. The federal consent decree was filed in July of 2024 after a state lawsuit accused him of posting fake reviews on sites like Yelp and Google, all while they said he was suppressing negative reviews that were in fact real. The lawsuit claimed that he forced patients to enter into illegal non-disclosure agreements, which banned them from posting or even saying anything that was critical of Allure. He was even accused of threatening to sue and then actually suing some patients if they didn't remove the negative reviews. On top of that, they say he was accused of rigging best doctor competitions hosted by Seattle media outlets. I think King 5 does that. And you can easily scam that. Just say, hey, get your people to vote for you for best talk show host. And then you send them there and they take all of your information and then I think they just sell it. So it's all a big scam. Alleged scam. Keeping tens of thousands of dollars in rebates intended for his patients and then altering before and after photos of patients. In fairness on that one, I always assume before and after photos are fake. Don't you?
Yeah.
I can't be the only one who just doesn't trust them. And the only ones that are real is when the before one has a big frown and bad lighting, and then the after is very, very happy, smiley face, no bags under the eyes, and the lighting is perfect.
I'm always very skeptical of like the hair restoration ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you just like moved his hair around or something to make it look better.
Something doesn't make. Just take finasteride and shut up. You write that down. That's what I'm on, so I don't lose my hair. So if you want to see the video, if you want to bring attention to this issue, and I do think that it's worthy of bringing attention to, if he was just posting videos that didn't, in my view, sort of dismiss the seriousness of trans surgeries for minors, I wouldn't have been all that interested in pursuing. But I do think that this is worth some criticism. I've reached out to his office. Surprise, surprise, haven't heard back. But you can go to KTTH.com or text the keyword RANTZ, R-A-N-T-Z, to 1-800-465